They call me cold. They call me heartless. They whisper that something is wrong with me, that I've lost the ability to feel. They look at me with confusion, with fear, with the quiet judgment of people who have never been broken. They are right. Something is wrong with me. But they forgot to mention who made me this way. They forgot to mention who took the warmth from my chest and left nothing but winter. I stopped being human the day humans stopped being kind. I remember what it felt like to care, to wake up each morning believing in the goodness of people, to trust without evidence, to love without armor, to give without expecting anything in return. I remember smiling at strangers. I remember believing that if I just loved hard enough, if I just gave enough, if I just stayed loyal enough, the world would love me back. I remember that version of me. I buried him with my own hands. The world taught me a lesson I never asked to learn. It taught me that kindness is a currency that depreciates, that every time you extend your hand, someone is waiting to bite it, that the more you teach and the more they take until there's nothing left but the hollow echo of who you used to be. The world didn't just teach me this lesson. It beat it into me. It carved it into my skin with the knives of people I trusted. It whispered it into my ears with the voices of those who claimed to love me. I gave them everything. My time, my energy, my heart, my loyalty. I gave until I was unrelenting, until I was running on fumes, until I was bleeding from wounds they couldn't even see. I stayed when I should have left. I forgave when I should have walked away. I believed when every sign told me to doubt. And what did they give me in return? Betrayal. Abandonment. The cold reality that I was, only valuable when I was useful. The moment I had nothing left to give, they vanished like smoke, like I never mattered, like I was never there. So I evolved, not because I wanted to, because survival demanded. The softer parts of me were liabilities. The trusting parts were targets. The loving parts were weaknesses exploited by those who never deserved an ounce of what I offered. I cut them away like dead branches. I burned them like infected wounds. And what remained was something new, something they don't recognize, something they can't manipulate, something they fear. I stopped being human. The day humans stopped being kind. The day I realized that mercy was a game only I was playing. The day I understood that my compassion was being weaponized against me. That day, something shifted, something hardened. Something died so something stronger could live. I felt it happen like a door, closing, like a light going out, like the final breath of someone who fought too long and finally let go. Now I walk through this world differently, not with the naive hope of connection, but with the calculated awareness of a predator who knows the rules of the jungle. I don't hate humanity. Hate requires energy I refuse to waste. I simply stopped expecting anything from it. I stopped being disappointed because I stopped hoping. I stopped being hurt because I stopped caring. I stopped being broken because I stopped giving. Anyone the hammer, they look at me now and see something they don't recognize. Something unsettling. Something that doesn't respond the way they expect. They push and I don't react. They manipulate and I don't bite. They try to trigger the emotions they used to exploit and find nothing but ice. They search my eyes for the person they remember. It was all who would bend, the one who would break, the one who would bleed just to make them comfortable. He's gone and he's never coming back. The warmth is gone. The need for approval is gone. The desperate hunger for belonging that used to drive me into the arms of those who would hurt me gone. In its place is something colder, something sharper, something that sees through every mask and every lie. I read people now like books written in a language I've mastered through pain. I see the manipulation before it starts. I feel the betrayal before it lands. I know the game because I've been destroyed by it. I am not cruel. Cruelty requires emotion. I am efficient. I am focused. I am the natural result of a world that punishes kindness and rewards ruthlessness. They made the rules. I simply learned to play by them. They built this arena. I simply learned to play by them. They built this arena. I simply learned to survive it. They created this monster. And now they have to live with what they made. I stopped being human. The day humans stopped being kind. And I will never go back. Because the moment I soften, the moment I let my guard down, the moment I believe in people again, that's the moment they'll destroy me all over again. I've seen the pattern. I've lived the cycle. Trust, betray, break, repeat. I refuse to be caught in again. I refuse to offer my heart to hands that only know how to crush. They ask me sometimes if I'm lonely, if I miss the connection, if the cold ever gets too heavy. They don't understand. The cold is comfortable now. The solitude is safe. The walls I've built aren't a prison. They're a fortress. And I would rather live alone in my fortress than bleed out in their battlefield. I refuse. I choose survival. I choose strength. I choose the cold clarity of a soul that has been burned too many times. To trust the flame. Let them call me inhuman. Let them whisper that I've changed. Let them mourn the version of me they used to exploit. I don't care. Their opinions lost power over me. The doted for nay, I stopped needing them to validate my existence. I stopped being human the day humans stopped being kind. And in losing my humanity, I found something better. I found freedom. Freedom from expectation. Freedom from disappointment. Freedom from the endless cycle of giving everything and receiving nothing. I am unchained now, unbound, untouchable. Let them call me monster. Monsters survive. Let them call me heartless. The thug for heartless don't bleed. Let them say I've lost myself. I didn't lose myself. I found myself. The real me. The one that was always underneath, buried beneath. Layers of people-pleasing and desperate. Hope. This is who I was meant to become. This is what their cruelty created. And I wear it like a crown. I stopped being human the day humans stopped being kind. And I have never been more powerful. They call me cold. They call me heartless. They whisper that something is wrong with me, that I've lost the ability to feel. They're right, but they forgot to mention who took it from me. I stopped being human the day humans stopped being kind. I remember what it felt like to care, to wake up each